Spooky Puss. They should call you Flasher.
Welcome, guys, inside the ant farm.
Two beefy guys in one frame. I should have framed this better with this guy.
Okay, our beer for the day is Good Nature American Brown Ale. All natural, unfiltered ale.
And this is a New York State Brewing Company. Hamilton, I think. They're Hamilton,
Smells
New York.
great.
They've actually been in a regional market before.
Prost.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we've had their Good Nature on the podcast before. But I'm not sure.
Well,
So, Matt, how you doing? I asked you first.
That is
Look
the
at
first. It's a little hectic this week. But I'm switching back to days next week. So that's
Finally, man. We've heard about this coming up.
It's pretty nice. I
It's finally happening.
days. There's some things I'll miss about nights, like being able to pick up my son and drop him off at school and stuff like that. But, soon he'll be taking the bus when it starts in August anyway, so we won't really have to worry about that. But we have a big show in Malone, New York coming up. It's called Karbashia Kingdom. It's a Renaissance medieval fair up there, so we're trying to get prepared for that and do the last finishing touches. And mostly it's all coming down to tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff to do. So,
oh boy.
Before
I know you like
before we drive up there.
That's one of your favorites.
It is. It's a long drive. That's the bad part, because it's like, even though it's upstate New York, you got to drive around like the Badlands, I guess. I don't know. Like there's like a No Man Toxic Crusader area there, or the Appalachians. I don't know. But you drive all the way out to Watertown.
We
drive
posted,
back
right?
Yes, we did. You a little sleepy there? How you doing? Huh?
I'm okay. Works a little slow right now, but I'm making moves right now. This is all about making moves. We're trying to get to. We're looking at different ticketing systems. We're looking at the ticketing system here. This is like, think of this as a ticketing system, like this move here.
I thought you were like, I'm doing shaking.
So I'm like trying to like lick that ticketing system, just lick the tip of it, you know. You know what I'm saying? So we're just trying to see.
Yeah, and you don't want to blast you in the face.
We're trying to see what's best for us.
Actually,
because our ticketing system is very archaic, and and what's nice is that they're responding. That ticketing system is responding to my questions and stuff. So like, that's also still an option, but it's just like, it's a lot of work that on my end. And then people are like, "Oh, do you know about this program?" I'm like, I'm not an expert on ticketing systems. I'm just looking at them. So if you tell me what it is, I can look it up and then give you my opinion. Not there yet though. But yeah, so it's a little tedious, but everything else is boring, so it's good to have a little something to do.
All right, man.
Otherwise, I'm just watching Titan's Grave.
Titan's
The
Grave.
Ashes of Volcano.
Titan's Grave.
The Ashes of Volcano.
5 gold in the party. Hashtag 5 gold in the party. If you're not watching that, by the way, look it up.
You're stupid,
YouTube.
and we hate you.
It's great. Will Wheaton is moderating, and it's fantastic.
It's definitely a nice spiritual successor to him.
It makes me want to do like a D&D type campaign, but we never get enough people together.
I would even DM. I'm just saying.
Well,
I got some ideas, man. I got ideas in the
but
table.
if my father-in-law was in there, he'd want to DM. So
That's fine.
Clash of DMs. Maybe you could do a dual DM system.
As long as he wanted to, as long as he was, he's up for writing a good plot story. I'm down with it. I don't care. I can do either one.
Well, we'll see. Let's get into this. I got some good news. I got some good news.
I have some really bad news.
San Diego Comic-Con is this week. It's coming up.
It's starting today, isn't it?
Wednesday,
yeah.
Is it Wednesday or Thursday?
Today's Wednesday.
Is it start Thursday or Wednesday?
No, I think the early stuff starts Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Well, it starts this week.
At least that's what Felicia Day thinks.
Very soon.
Because we're friends on Facebook. Whatever, don't make a big deal of it.
When she messaged you? She
sent me. Yeah. She's like, I miss you so much. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Felicia Day.
Then she sent you all the Snapchats.
She's actually, you know what I'm saying? Wink. But she actually, we just noticed that like a very young Felicia Day is on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I didn't know that.
Sounds about right.
As a potential Slayer.
Sounds about right, yeah.
That's fine.
So there's a lot of cool things that hopefully we're going to see there. Maybe
but not Marvel.
Maybe the Star Wars trailer.
Marvel's not showing up. What's up?
Marvel's got enough going on, I think.
That's probably what they said.
Yeah, especially because...
But DC will be there, right?
Batman vs. Superman! DC's like, please! They already, speaking of DC, they already posted a few more pictures from Batman vs. Superman, including Wonder Woman dressed out in the Wonder Woman outfit, Gal Gadot. Gadot. And they showed her in like a cocktail dress and Batman really close to her, like they were dancing, maybe schmoozing, you know, maybe even canoodling.
Because she is good as a love interest.
Should be maybe have to save her.
Yeah. Oh no, I can't lift this heavy box, Batman.
Oh wait, I can.
What?
I'm Amazonian.
One of the comics I'm reading right now, basically Batman tricks Superman into fighting Wonder Woman to the death, and she's like, and I haven't read the latest chapter, but in the chapter they're in, like she's kicking, so it breaks his arm and like kicks the crap out of him and stuff.
Batman or Superman?
Superman is fighting Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So Wonder Woman breaks Superman's arm because they have to fight to the death. They have to. There's like
I feel like though you just be like, and son, heal. Thank you. Okay.
It's like deemed by well, that's basically what's gonna happen. But
oh, my arm's broken. Oh, son.
But it makes sense because like she's a warrior and he's a dude.
Really, there's no fight. He has no fight. Like he's never got trained in fighting.
No, Matt, not true. Guess what? Superman knows Kryptonian martial arts.
That sounds like bullcrap.
Where did he learn that?
Was it on a DVD from Joel? Did Joel also have a DVD?
At one point, that Superman could shoot smaller Supermen out of his fingers. That was one of his powers at one point. Well, he could shoot tiny Supermen out of his hands. That had like minds of their own, so
like Vienna sausages of Superman.
Yes, but they would he would like send them to their deaths and stuff. Though he'd be like, go like press the button in the building and blow everything up. Yeah,
can't they be like, no, I'm not gonna do it?
No, they did like they had to like obey his will.
It's like something like a zombie type thing. That's scary.
It was awesome.
That's frightening.
Best power. He also used to be able to change his face like.
So basically, he was God. There's like
he's Superman.
Some kind of awful God person. He's like the Old Testament God.
Speaking of which, I'm reading this potentially awesome comic called "We Stand Guard." It's the new one by Brian K. Vaughan. It's basically it's a world where America has just started attacking Canada, but they're attacking them with giant robots, and the good guys are the Canadians. No. So basically like
oh yeah, we would do that.
Because they're like the rebels basically. Well, basically like there's something explodes and like they're just gonna blame us and then like Canada and then like America does this big strike on Canada and so basically Canadians are mostly like these weird nomadic refugees because America is like patrolling Canada now with giant robots and so
are the Jaegers
Basically, yeah, and like
Gypsy Danger.
Yeah, they're like these huge and some of them look like animals, and some of them look. Some of them are small, like small like dogs and dog robots.
I'm from America.
And there's like some like huge robots too.
I'm from America, and I'm gonna get robots to attack you.
Yeah, but then he'd be the bad guy. He's like, hey, but then I sometimes go into my
accent switches like on too. I mean, I have an accent.
But so far it's really fun. Like it basically starts out on this girl that like. Was orphaned and she's been like kind of roaming the wilderness on her own, and then she gets picked up by this group of freedom fighters.
Canadian, obviously.
Canadian freedom fighters. What's that all about? You know,
they're all wearing like red mooses and stuff.
Well, they're white and they have like red on them usually, but so yeah, it's really interesting, and I want to see where it goes. It's called We Stand Guard. I actually since you have the
bag is a win, so
you can check out my comics.
America. So okay, is there anything that you are looking forward to for San Diego Comic-Con? Maybe something you want to see?
For San Diego Comic-Con, see, I'm not really looking forward to comics at this point. Like because a lot of stuff's already been put out.
Most of the stuff that you want to see is probably not going to be in the comic genre anyway. That's what Comic-Con has become, this entertainment hub instead of a really all about the comics type thing.
And I'm a little more into like the Battle World thing that's going on in Marvel right now, but I'm still not really into it because it's like, hey, we brought back all your favorites, kind of. It's like, remember this thing? Well, we're going to reference it, but then we're also going to be like, oh yeah, but we can't go outside these borders because it's a battle world.
Good old battle world.
So, but then they're also like, all new, all different Avengers and stuff, and it's like, okay, I can wait for that.
There are a couple cool things. There's probably going to be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 preview.
There was they showed a poster that had Coulson with his metal hand. It's kind of a spoiler.
There's some Secret Warrior stuff going on. In the poster and supposedly there might be some in the trailer too, so that's kind of cool.
Well, man, you're not going to see it, so who cares?
I'm not going to see it. I'm also excited about Firefly Online. I want to see. Supposedly there's going to be a Firefly panel at San Diego Comic-Con about Firefly Online.
I'm still excited about that because I want to see more about it.
And
I don't want it to be like an Eve thing. I want it to be like I want to have an avatar. I want to, you know.
I think they might be heading that way because they made a lot of money just off of the hype alone.
I'd also love it because like a lot of games, in the last game that had something like this RP wise, like roleplay wise, was Star Wars Galaxies. But I want to be able to be like the pilot of a ship or the gunnery sergeant of a ship, or like, you know, just like I don't want to just have to be like, oh, everyone's a pilot. We're all pilots and we all have crews, and oh, my crew is NPCs and they follow me around. Like that's the thing. Like Star Wars.
I feel like it might be that.
Or Star Trek Online does that.
Well, Star Wars does that too. Star Wars Old Republic does that too.
Yeah, but you know,
you can go on a ship, but I mean, like really, you're the pilot. Everyone's a pilot except for the guys that are on the ground. They're not pilots. They're NPCs. So, But I'm interested to see where it goes. I think they could do a cool MMO with Firefly. Like, just off of that world, there's a lot of cool little... It's almost like a steampunk type world. They're dealing with like Old West steampunk type thing.
Yeah.
I think there could be a lot of cool things that come about from that.
I just want my Lassiter pistol.
Maybe get yourself a Lassiter. Maybe you can. But then, like, there'd be like 10,000 Lassiters. They wouldn't be original anymore. You know?
It's the original one. Mine's the original one. I got it as a drop.
It's my pre-order. I pre-ordered from Amazon.
The pre-order bonus.
You're a jerk.
Bonus. It's Malcolm Reynolds' jacket.
Yeah,
brown coat.
It's a big damn hero jacket.
Brown coat.
You get the brown coat flag.
My name is X Malcolm X Reynolds.
Oh, and speaking of Firefly, as the new Pluto, satellite. I'm trying to. What's the name of the satellite that's out there right now? New Horizons.
New Horizons.
As it's meeting Pluto next week, they had a bunch of naming stuff that they're going to be naming, and some of it is like Greek gods and river gods. But for one of the moons, they're letting it be like pop culture, space stuff, and so there could be a Serenity Valley on this moon, basically. There could be like Darth Vader Mountain or something like that.
See, that's not even the biggest news about that. Have you seen the pictures of Pluto?
Yeah.
There's some weird ass things going on in Pluto.
You might be thinking of Ceres. Ceres is
no.
Oh, Ceres.
Pluto. The pictures from a distance have these like very concentric looking black spots on near the South Pole, which
Ceres has
once it gets closer they can resolve what those are. Yeah, and they have announced what those.
Ceres has like a pyramid on it. It has like a 4-kilometer tall mountain structure that's just like one mountain. And then it has like these those white dots on it. I'm interested. Get closer, please. Well, tell me what they are. Tell me they're aliens. I want to know.
Ceres could definitely...
Tell me that's where the Mass Effect drive is.
Ceres could still harbor life because of the inside...
Char needs to be the Mass Effect drive. That's all I'm saying.
The relay, you mean?
Yeah, it needs to be the relay.
The relay would have to be on Mars. Why did they put it
No,
on
the first relay in Mass Effect was Charon. Yep.
It's a dumb idea.
Well, that's a fun fact for you there. So New Horizons is going to find it. But so there could be a Serenity Valley on Char. I want to... It's not Charon, it's the second moon. I can't remember.
I want a Sunnydale. I want a Buffy the Vampire Slayer reference.
Well, they're mostly... like I think it was Star Wars, Star Trek, and Battlestar Galactica, and Firefly were the 4. And then they had like river gods and like names of engineers or something. Cthulhu. Thompson Road Valley.
It's from the movie... I'm watching this awesome... I watched, because it's only 6 episodes, but it's on Geek and Sundry called Morganville.
I've seen it.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
good.
liked it.
It's only 6 episodes. I wish they could have done more. Like,
well, and then it was last year and they haven't done anything else with it, so I was like, okay.
I feel like maybe they didn't get enough
Kickstarter
people to watch or something.
I kickstart that after the first one.
But, what do you got?
So, Matt, are you ready for the Han Solo movie? The Han Solo movie?
Yep. Oh, wait, that's in the...
No, Chris Pratt will play him.
Pratt. He'll probably play a young Han Solo, too.
It's not till 2018, though, so...
Oh, yeah, so
he may be a little...
It'd be like...
around that age, anyway.
It'd be like one of those kids that tried out for Spider-Man didn't make it.
Asa Butterfield.
Yeah. That kid does not have a good-looking face.
No, he looks Asa Butterface.
Yeah, I'm
Butterface.
There's a lot of people, even before this was official... Oh, crap, my thing is off.
Oh, crap.
Stop. Even before this was official, they were talking about how this might be how Han Solo and Boba Fett got the rivalry type movie. So
they were
like
in high school together?
Yeah, they got like a leather jacket on. It's like the Han Solo vest, but it's like a leather jacket. He's got like his football.
Hey man, get your damn hands off
and
her.
Boba Fett's kind of a geek, but he's like really good with guns and computers or something. You know, like
it's like you're a nerd. Yeah, because Han went out
a
jock. Yeah.
And Chewie gets his life debt because he's in the
Bubble
high school
Fett.
with him. Chewie.
Yeah, and like Chewie's about to get like run over by a car, and the Han pushes him out of the way, and then like. Sorry, that was a bad
That's
one.
one for his Chewie impression.
No,
2 for mine.
do the second one next.
But I'm excited. I want to see what they're going to do with it, and I want to see what actor they're going to cast.
I can hear more.
I want to see what actor they're going to cast for it. I'd like to.
Like this is like
Impress me.
Guillermo del Toro's got a movie come out. Yeah,
Impress
okay.
me.
Tell
It'll be Michael B. Jordan. He's big right now.
I'd love Michael B. Jordan to be Han Solo. That'd be awesome.
So confusing. Or he could be Sana Solo, his wife, who just happens to be black.
But he's also a man.
Yeah, but he has to play drag, obviously.
I can't wait for him to be Creed. I'm excited for that.
He looked
excited for Creed.
huge.
I'm down.
Huge. He was like,
Bring it.
it's like punching a wall. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Yeah.
It's like badass.
It's great.
Okay.
It's great.
And then, of course, Sylvester Stallone
And
has
of
to
course,
implant himself in there.
it's a remake of it. Like, no, it's not. It's a sequel.
Sylvester Stallone has to implant himself in there, of course.
Yeah, well, because he wrote this thing. He wrote the script for it.
Maybe a box when you don't know.
He probably wrote the script in the '80s too, which is a good sign if he did, because he
was
a good
not
writer.
senile back then.
So he's a decent writer, yeah.
Although
Although he did write a lot of stuff, he did just put his name on a lot of stuff that other people wrote.
So speaking of Elektra, Elodie Young from
Elodie,
she was in
yes.
G.I. Joe Retaliation as Jinx. She is now going to be Elektra. It's official. She's going to be Elektra in the Daredevil season 2.
Which is interesting because she's very Asian looking. Like and Young is always.
I think they were going to go with. I thought they were going to go with that in the first place. I've had a feeling they're going to try to make it not a white character.
Well, I'm okay with her being like she's part Asian or something because she does still have like very
I
sharp.
could see them
features,
doing that.
which is like a
I could
Greek-
see them doing like
which could be like a
half
Greek
Asian
thing, you know?
or something.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm down with that. A lot of people are like she doesn't look like Elektra. I'm like, oh, come
Well, Elektra is a white ninja, so let's calm down. That's when everybody was white in the comic
Simmer
books.
down.
Everyone was white
Simmer.
in the comic books. Like, except for the guy with black before his name, of course. We got Black Panther and...
Black Cyborg. Like, can we just start with the Cyborg guys? Okay, give me a Cyborg.
You can just tell he's black because his face is black. You don't have to put that in front of his name.
He's Black Lightning. Like there's no such thing as Black Lightning, but okay.
That sounds stupid. And
I used to be a pimp, and now I'm a superhero. No, please stop. Like the Falcon. Like Falcon.
well, like Black Panther, most Panthers are black, and he's wearing black. You don't need to call him Black Panther. We assume he's black.
White Panther. Like that. Then he's different.
That would really confuse people. He took his mask when he's black. He's
Albino
White
Panther.
He's White Panther. Like he's got a white costume and he's like black underneath. Like I
Actually,
gotcha.
there is a
There's a female.
Shuri. Shuri. I think his
Yeah.
daughter is now. It's not White Panther, but it's something else. Like
She-
White Cat. She was a White Panther.
She is
outfit.
in. There's a Spider-Man cartoon that's got like a bunch of like Nova and her in it and a couple.
Well,
of people.
and there's also
So like Tigray maybe in it.
there's a comic. She's like part of a superhero team with the new Power Man and like another new other people.
The
But,
new Defenders.
Yeah, I think it might be the Defenders or something. New Defenders. But actually, that's not far off the mark. Good job. Well, nice work, man. That's some geek cred for you, buddy.
Finally.
But yeah, and she's in. I wish I could remember her name offhand, but I can't because there is a comic I read recently with her in it.
Yeah. So
And she has magic powers. They're cool.
Elodie.
yeah.
I know
Like
Melody
Melody,
without.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know an Elodie.
So how do you feel about it? You saw her.
I'm down. I don't
don't think these guys can't do wrong for me right now.
I like her angular face,
Yeah.
like that she looks more like kind of tough
And she's already done like ninja type roles.
she's not like
in red.
She's not like a Gal Gadot that's like I'm really pretty. Like it's like
She's got the chops.
The picture they showed, she looked a little skinny in, but I think if she like did some like.
But
weight
she
training
was
stuff,
Jinx
looked
in G.I.
perfect.
Joe, so she knows she's done ninja stuff.
Well, that's the
you
thing.
know?
Like the Jinx role, she's like really thin arms and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, if they like gave her some muscles, like at least some tone.
But at least she's got like she's not like just coming off being a model.
Yeah,
She's got.
I'm
She probably knows some.
I'm
karate
already
or
all in
kung
after
fu or
season
something.
1 of Daredevil. I'm all in.
Like, I don't think these guys can do wrong.
Do
right
whatever. Like you, it's your game. It's your race to lose right now.
Yeah.
You know, and John Barthol's the Punisher.
It's-
Yes, please.
Especially
More.
since they
More
can't
John
get
Bernthal.
the Iron Fist movie, the Iron Fist show off the ground right now.
Heroes for Hire, man.
Well, no, the Iron Fist. I guess they're having Netflix having problems with the Iron Fist right now. They don't know how to approach it, I guess, or something.
Because Iron Fist is kind of boring.
Yeah, it's like, I'm a white dude.
But he trained with in like a magical Shangri-La land.
Spider-Man's already hard enough to believe. And speaking of Spider-Man, they
That's
just cast
super-
Aunt May.
Yes, so it's a really old person then, because she's really old in the comics.
Yeah, I think it's Glenn Close, right?
Yeah,
No,
that'd be awesome.
it was actually Marissa Tomei.
That'd be fun. I go good.
Marissa Tomei. Now, Marissa
in her
Tomei
40s.
she's getting close to 50, but doesn't look old. I don't know.
She might look older
are they
now.
an old makeup?
Might older up,
Are they an
yeah.
old
Older up.
makeup? I mean, Sally Field wasn't old when she did Aunt May in
She was
2000.
pretty
She was
old.
like 50-ish, I think, or like maybe
Yeah.
mid 50s.
Yeah.
But she wasn't like super old. She wasn't like Aunt May is supposed to be like in her 60s. So Marissa Tomei, though, like I feel like you'd have to put prosthetics on her.
I think they're thinking like
looking.
this person's gonna have to last for at least like 7 years or so.
Maybe.
So you can't.
Maybe she should be old by that time, or maybe they'll kill her off the first one. Who knows?
They're not gonna kill Aunt May off, Matt.
You never know.
She's the heart and soul of the old Spider-Man comics. Not really now. Actually, now they're complete. Did you hear the revamping they're doing of Spider-Man? By the way,
She was in her mid-60s.
Yes.
drink. But so they're they're revamping Spider-Man, so he's kind of like on the level of like almost Tony Stark, where he's like because he's running he's Peter Parker Industries, which in the
So instead of being a poor photographer or high school student, he's
Yes.
a billionaire playboy.
but also
philanthropist.
they're
Which they already
changing around Tony Stark so that he's not rich anymore.
What? Why?
They're basically I think they're using maybe the ultimate version of him.
What?
So there's no Stark
Why?
Industries.
That's stupid.
Well,
That's
I
dumb.
think because they're trying to like phase out the
Phase out the Fantastic
current
Four.
the current Iron Man. The current
Phase
Iron
out
Man.
Fantastic Four. Don't
The
phase
current
out
Iron
Iron
Man
Man.
is like the irredeemable Iron
Oh,
Man.
it's
So it's
superior Iron Man.
Yeah, Superior Iron Man. Yeah, that's it. So I think they're trying to phase that out and then be like, but we got this younger Ultimate Iron Man here.
He's like 24 and he just
He
got out
doesn't-
of college.
But now that he's in the regular Marvel universe, he doesn't have the same
He's like,
clouds.
I still got loan debt.
yeah, yeah, basically. And I'm like, okay,
All right.
weird. I was more interested in Iron Man when they said like it might not be Tony Stark in the suit. I was more interested in it then.
I like Superior Iron Man because he's horrible.
I love Superior Iron Man.
He's
Have you read the stuff?
I've read a couple of them now.
I'm glad to share
Yeah,
it with you.
it's he's messed up.
Yeah, he's a jerk. He's a real jerk.
But it's really playing off regular Tony Stark.
Yeah, it's his worst quality.
It's just like this is just the worst parts about you.
yeah, yeah.
Which is cool because it's still like you're still kind of root for the bad guy, be like, damn, this guy's horrible.
He gave Matt Murdock his sight back and then said,
How's that feel?
He said, you can keep it if you leave me alone. Oh, so I'll just throw it out a window then. Oh, boy. And then remove part of your brain. What is going on in this story? It's great.
Which is something Iron Man, it's not far-fetched. It's not out of his wheelhouse to do.
That's what's great. And then
Like, even just looking at, like, Robert Downey Jr.'s character as they play him in the Age of Ultron, you're like, he's like one step
may get
away.
there.
He's one step away from that guy.
That's basically where he got in...
And Civil War is coming up.
That's
Then he
basically
might be all the way
in,
there.
in regular Civil War. Tony Stark hired villains to help him out because so many heroes were leaving. He's just like, well, okay, villains, here's a bunch of money.
To get Crowbar in here.
Yeah. Yeah, might as well hire the Wrecking Crew, but he didn't. He hired losers. He hired a bunch of losers, actually.
Get Crowbar in
He
here.
hired Bullseye.
Crowbar's kind of a loser.
I think he hired Bullseye at one point.
Hopefully, the Will Ferrell. The Colin Farrell.
Or Will Ferrell. I was like, oh, my dog.
So, Aunt May, yeah? No? So, Variety broke
I'm not,
this news.
'cause I want a hotter
Sony
Aunt May.
and Marvel have not
I
confirmed
want a
yet.
hotter Aunt May with fake boobies.
Marissa Tomei's beautiful. I don't want beautiful Aunt May. It's confusing
I do.
feelings.
Not
It's confusing feelings.
great. Because then you can get her together
Well,
with J. Jonah Jameson.
he's a younger high school student in this one, so
Yeah.
maybe they're trying to make a
That's what I'm
younger
saying.
Aunt May.
So when he
because
can
of
grow
that.
up a little bit and she can grow up a little bit.
Like, you won't be dead by the time we're done, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Also, Spider-Man Reboot, though. Do we need another one?
Spider-Man. What
do you got?
He's coming back now. That's
I just got a bunch of
Ghostbusters.
stuff. I got two things. Three
Ghostbusters.
things.
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters!
Have you seen all the stuff they released?
Yeah,
this week?
Channing Tatum's Ghostbusters, right? They're all dudes.
Proton packs, Matt. They showed the proton packs.
I saw that.
That was
yes.
last week.
That's pretty cool.
But they showed the outfits, which
Looked like a crappy fire
But they
suit.
showed Ecto 1.
I did
And
not see Ecto 1 yet. I heard it was out there.
effing great.
Okay, that's good.
And a lot of people are like, oh, it's not the same. No, it's awesome.
It's
Shut up.
supposed to be the same.
You dumb people. Basically, they made it. They took an old hearse and made it like an '80s hearse and made it into the Ecto 1, and that's perfect. It's you're catching
The other one was
dead
a French
things and
ambulance,
putting it
I
in an
The
old
other one was a
hearse.
French ambulance, so it's basically the same model, you know.
It wasn't French, but yes, it was an ambulance, and also it was that was an ambulance, but also a hearse. the models for that. Basically, the windowed model was the ambulance, and the windowless one was a hearse, which is like, nice guys. How do I know which one I'm in? Oh, no windows, I'm dead. Like, but yeah. So like it's very, and it like it has a little ladder on the side and all the dumb little tchotchkes on top, and it looks good. I think they did a good job.
I'm starting to get cautiously excited about this movie now.
Yeah, and especially with all the backlash, I'm more excited now.
Backlash people are just haters
Yeah.
because the
women can't lift the proton.
and I don't think this is supposed to be a remake. It's supposed to be like a continuation.
And that's another thing too. Like, it's a remake. Why are you remaking a classic? It's not. This is given the blessing by Dan Aykroyd and by Harold Ramis when he was alive.
And I'm alright with this universe being remade. It's a cool universe that I think should be revisited.
It needs to continue.
I think it should be revisited
because there's still ghosts in this universe. They didn't get rid of all ghosts.
They've revisited so many garbage universes that this is a universe.
The Matrix. We're talking about you.
Well, but I mean, there's just a ton of stuff. Even the Terminator one, I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, man, John Connor's
I did watch Terminator. Yes, I watched it.
He's a Terminator.
And it was a better plot than Jurassic
World. Setting up the multiverse.
Another universe that was revisited that was like...
Are you ready for Matt Smith to come back for the sequel to Terminator Genesis?
His part was like 2 minutes long in that movie.
Yeah, that's what everyone said.
I was like, I thought, I wanted Matt Smith, I like Matt Smith, I want him to do well.
What if he was the doctor in Terminator Genesis?
I wanted that to happen.
Like, I'm used to fighting mechanicals. I'm used to fighting mechanicals and he's
like, physical.
Like, we are Cybermen.
He could beat all the Terminators with a sonic screwdriver.
That's what I'm saying.
Actually, the liquid metal will probably kill him.
I'm
right in both your hearts.
I'll regenerate now.
Right in both your hearts.
Capaldi comes out now. Next one. So Rachel McAdams, Matt, has been. She's up for the lead role.
It's beautiful.
The female. Have you seen True Detective season 2?
I haven't yet.
Watch it.
I just started watching season 1
because they made her so dirty hot. It's great.
I started watching season 1.
Dirty. Oh, you haven't seen season 1?
I just started watching it. Yeah.
How do you like it?
Yeah.
Is it crazy?
It's pretty insane.
Oh, and then the feces from the sewer roll over, bubble
over.
over.
All right.
And then
roll a booger.
Tiny little tennis ball.
He's insane.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. But and season 2 is not the same at all, but that's a good thing. In my opinion.
Okay.
A lot of people don't like it because like, it's not Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. It's like, yeah, that's
I
the
like
point.
the formula. It's almost like a mini-series of each
What's like
season.
American Horror Story was. It's different, and that's a good
I'm all right
thing.
with that, yeah.
It's like these are different cops in a different situation. That's good. Like Colin Farrell chews up scenery as this like very crooked, very flawed man. Like incredibly flawed. Like he at one point
he makes Dick Mackey look like an angel.
At one point he beats up a kid. A kid hurts his kid, and he beats up the kid's parent. Like, beats him within an inch of his life, and then goes to the kid and like, if you tell anyone or if you call the cops, I will come back and I will do this again in front of you. Like, I'll rape your mom in front of your dad or some of the craziest, and you're just like, what just happened there?
All right, then. That's serious.
Like, that's why you don't beat up his kid.
And Vince Vaughn, of course, being funny, being hilarious.
But Rachel McAdams is great.
And Vince Vaughn, hilarious, right?
Vince Vaughn is I'm still like, tell some jokes every time I see
Tell some jokes, funny man. You're like heckling him.
He's like, come on, man. He's just like looking at me. I'm like, come on. I actually need to download the newest episode.
I want to tell a joke, but I can't tell a joke.
But Rachel McAdams is like this really like she's an alcoholic. She's like she's very very brilliant detective, but like since she's a woman, everyone's treating her like crap, and she even like admits she's like I can't overpower any of the people that I take down, so that's something I have to deal with every day that I come out here, and
and Matthew McConaughey comes in and goes,
all right, I'm still alive in this time period.
All right.
He's got the weird mustache. Well, you're not there yet.
Did you give a spoiler?
He has a mustache. Spoiler alert!
You said he's not alive in this time period. That's what you said.
Well, no, I don't know if he. Well, isn't the first one like in the 70s or something?
Yeah, it's like pretty far back.
He doesn't die. Don't worry. But
I got two more things.
So yeah, but they're saying that she might be up for the role of Clea, which Clea is the lover, one-time lover, and also the disciple of Doctor Strange.
Not Dr. Hugo Strange. That's different.
So if this is an established Doctor Strange, a lot of people have said it might be he's established already and not like an origin story, then it could be cool to like have this person in training, Clea, underneath him. But
underneath.
But she's also
Benedict Smolderbatch.
Another cool thing about Clea is she's the niece of Dormammu, who is his arch nemesis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it could be a cool thing for the story. I'm down. I love Rachel.
I think Rachel McAdams is a very underrated actress.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm happy to see what they can do with it. Hopefully they'll make it work. I mean, there's a lot of good people behind this thing.
Plus, Matt, she's already worked with a Sherlock. That Sherlock Holmes movie with Robert Downey Jr.
Let's say Ian McKellen. No, he plays old Sherlock Holmes.
I kind of want to see that though. That looks interesting.
It does. Okay, so there is a special edition of the Die Hard collection. All 5 movies that come in the Nakatomi Tower. They come in a replica of the Nakatomi Tower, which is amazing.
Mother Fishers.
I was like, I would buy that
to myself.
Like, I would buy that. I don't even like 2 of the 5 movies, and I'd still buy that.
And the first 2 were the same movie, literally. They were literally the same movie with different names.
But
they did. That's like the most.
The Nakatomi Tower just sitting in my living room.
That's like the most lazy storytelling. Like, he's Franz Gruber. It's different Gruber.
He also pulls a kid under 2 taxis that a helicopter, a police car gets thrown on top of, and then somehow is alive underneath them.
Man, in the 4th one, he somehow vaults
a car into a
helicopter through a toll booth. Come on, man.
No.
Come on.
But that's when he's like,
I still haven't seen the 5th
He's like, you paid for this. Remember that.
Yeah.
You paid for
Bruce
it.
Willis looks at it and he just starts throwing money on the ground.
He breaks 4th wall. He's like, remember you paid for this.
And he pulls he just pulls like a wad of $1,000 bills and lights them on fire.
He starts throwing them on fire at the making it rain at the camera. Rain fire. But Nakatomi Tower. That sounds awesome.
I heard about that. It's okay.
The last 2 of the unrated edition were the 2. So I believe there's 8 discs or 9 discs in total.
So, Matt, if you wanted another reason to watch Ghostbusters, I have it for you.
Okay.
Omar from The Wire is going to be in Ghostbusters and in Assassin's Creed. Have you watched The Wire? You haven't watched The Wire, have you? No. Omar from The Wire. Omar is the best character in The Wire, for the record.
Okay.
And Jamie, you're hearing this? What? Omar from The Wire is going to be in Ghostbusters and Assassin's Creed.
Is that his scar or is that?
That is really a scar. Michael Kenneth Williams was in a gang and had a scar on his face from that gang. But yeah, so he's going to be in. They don't unspecified role so far, but he's an incredible actor. You saw him on Community, actually. That's where you saw him. Because he had a very small role as a teacher on Community for a while.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm a big fan of him, and that was like, and that's what actually one of the reasons I'm more interested now. I'm like, okay, Ghostbusters, let's do it.
I wasn't sure when Chris Hemsworth was the.
They also have cast the villain for Ghostbusters, by the way, and he's have you seen Other Space, right?
He's
Other
Vigo.
Space?
Yes, I've seen Other Space.
He's the little weird guy with the weird afro, the kind of alien guy.
That guy is in a bunch of stuff now.
Yeah, well, he's going to be the villain in Ghostbusters, too.
All right. All right. What do you got left? I got one more thing.
I have a bunch of stuff.
Okay. Well, I got one more thing, and this is kind of cool, actually. I just read this. It's kind of cool, but could be horrible, let's just say. So, Heroes Reborn is coming out with 2 video games in September.
Have you seen any footage from it?
I haven't seen any footage.
No,
I saw pictures.
What's like a first-person
One is called Gemini. It's for consoles and PC.
Yeah, it's a first-person game.
And that's starring some 18-year-old girl.
A character from the show, yes.
Yeah. And then there's Enigma, which is the first-person action puzzle game, and that's starring her little sister.
14-year-old little sister.
14-year-old little sister. And that was for a tablet.
Only as a cameo.
That was for like a tablet phone type game.
I think they're both first-person, actually. I think they're both first-person. One's like an action.
This is a ballsy move by Heroes. They're really trying to market in a different way, which is good because they need to market in a different way.
I feel like the one game, the bigger game they're doing is
Gemini.
It's kind of like that. Remember the Watchmen game, The End Is Nigh, the one that we played the crap out of the co-op. Which, by the way, that was for being dumb.
It was pretty great.
It's fun. Yeah, I think it's on that level.
So it might be like a PlayStation Network type 1999
I feel like because they're only charging $20 for the game.
Okay, that's all right then. Because I wouldn't pay $60 for a Heroes game.
No, and I think it's on that level where it's like 46 hours of gameplay maybe, with no really extras, no multiplayer.
I would play a $20 game of Heroes. I'd do that. Yeah, just to play it. Maybe they get like
possibly
the Masaoka to do some voice cameo, Milo Vertiglia or somebody, one of those people.
I am still alive.
Or
what was my power again?
He didn't die right in the first one, so. I don't know how.
I probably should.
I don't know where this is in continuity.
I probably
Zachary
should have died.
Levi do some voice stuff, you know.
A pair of clown shoes.
Only
Only if he's Chuck, like I said. Only if he's Chuck. The intersect's in my head.
He's already a superhero.
By the way,
hero.
That's one thing Heroes doesn't do. They don't do like a augmented hero or like it's always like
well.
I have a mutant. It's always basically they're all mutants. They're basically like I have a mutant power.
They're all mutants.
Not like I got in a lab accident and got this power or something.
Well, maybe they're trying to say like. I think they were trying to say like, it was turned on.
It's gonna be fun.
I think in the original Heroes, they were like these powers were turned on by the eclipse or whatever.
Well,
happened.
That's why it'd be fun. And yeah, and they showed the eclipse in one of the trailers too. But I think that'd be fun if like they had like something that was like some sort of augment, or maybe like as a reaction to those heroes, like he became like an augmented hero.
Sure,
that'd be fun. But Matt, so there may be a villain cast already for the next, not this Superman movie, but the next Superman movie. Because Zack Snyder has said he wants Brainiac to be a villain in a future Superman movie.
So Ben Kingsley? Who?
Brainiac, but painted green.
Yeah.
Be a green Ben Kingsley. I'm down. That was actually a good casting choice. I like that. But they're probably going to pick like a really young dude. It's really, Asa Butterfield.
Yeah.
A green Asa Butterfield.
They got freaking...
I'm Brainiac!
They got Mark Zuckerberg as Lex Luthor, so...
I'm Lex Luthor. I'm
gonna destroy you.
I'm
gonna destroy you.
Yeah, I have hair, but no hair anymore.
I shave my hair.
But kryptonite's not a thing though. So maybe the atmosphere from your planet.
Jeff Goldblum's Brainiac. Jeff Goldblum's Brainiac. I have a brain that I use, and
I will outsmart you, Superman, with my brain. And, nature finds a way. He's just gonna repeat lines from other movies.
I will outsmart you.
No, you won't.
It's like it's okay that you stuttered for 5 minutes in the middle of that.
Can Superman punch you at any
Why is that okay that you stuttered for 5 minutes? It's like it's Jeff Goldblum. It's okay. Let him do it. So
Fallout format was E3's best of show.
Brainiac. Well, yeah. Fallout 4 looked good. Let's do it.
Courtney Taylor.
Show me more.
Doing the
and I'm not a Fallout person.
I'm not sure I'm going to play a female
I'm not
character.
a Fallout person.
Because the guy's voice was cool, but Courtney Taylor. Awesome. Jack.
I just want that dog.
Dog needs an every game.
That dog's awesome. I want to like, dog, go do stuff for me.
Yeah, he does. And he's unkillable, too. Like
unkillable.
Other characters can get killed.
Oh, I got one more thing. Thank you. I have one more thing.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt season 2.
We're alive, damn it.
No. Sam Jackson was in an interview recently, and he said one of the movies that he wants to make the most is Unbreakable 2. He's like, well, M. Night's still around. He's like, Bruce Willis is still around. I'm still around. Let's make this movie. It was the kids! He's like, let's make this movie.
Mr. Glass.
He's like, he said at the end, it's time to break out of the asylum. That's what he said. Yes! I will push all my money into a pile for you.
Yeah,
there you go.
Kickstart this.
Get this going.
M. Night Shyamalan, this is how you can steal my money.
And this is the only way you can get back into relevance. It's the only way.
Because nothing you make is good anymore.
It's all garbage now. So go back, get some input from the fans, and write this thing. And have the Unbreakable in the background, the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt in the background, just so you can play that song at one point.
So I have two things. One thing I'll say quick. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the cover of WWE.
I saw that.
2K.
Did you see the promo for it? It's kind of cool, actually.
But
it's like digging in the dirt, and he pulls his rattlesnake belt out, and throws it back on the shoulder. It's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but
I'll take it.
I gotta see the gameplay for this. I got burned with 2K15. Burned.
But 2K14 was pretty good. 2K13 was pretty good.
I was very upset because what's the thing? Like I remember how much fun you had with those. So I got 2K15, and I got it with a free gift card. But it's still like when I got it, and then just basically. It was the word. It's like you have to reverse everything, or you get killed.
Hopefully
you lose the match if you don't reverse every move.
Hopefully they tweak the gameplay.
Yeah,
I didn't get to play. I didn't even play.
It wasn't worth playing.
I didn't play it.
So you literally just had to punch a guy down and then pin him, and it was just. It's like this isn't like wrestling at all.
Which was the problem several years back with the WWE games that came out when they were Jax games. There's a lot of punching and reversals, and not like it didn't feel like you were wrestling.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like they basically
you had to punch until they were down enough, and then you could do moves.
If you grapple them, you get reversed, until you get your special. But then sometimes they even reverse that, and you're just like, okay, so I'm just gonna punch this guy until he can't get up anymore, and then pin him. Yay!
So just in case I don't want to get reversed, I'm going to get reversed for 10 minutes.
And basically, you had to trick the system because if you punched a guy enough times, he would reverse that too. So you had to like punch him when he was trying to punch you, and then it wouldn't count as like him reverse. He wouldn't be able to reverse it because he'd be trying to punch you with like a slow punch. You just hit him with a quick jab.
So your favorite game of last year, is that what you're trying to say?
It was just tedious. But the Stone Cold Steve Austin, obviously iconic, great wrestler, one of everyone's favorites.
One of the best theme songs. It was
The best theme song. Okay, so that one. Journey 2 though, or Journey is coming to PlayStation. Not Journey 2, Journey 1. It's coming to PlayStation 4. What do you think about that?
I want to play it. I
Have
haven't played it yet.
Dude, this is your chance right here.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Coming to PlayStation 4.
Hopefully they'll give a little discount for PlayStation Plus. Maybe
you'll enjoy it. And yeah, it should
I just got me the Predator for Mortal Kombat.
There's no Game of the Year edition for this. So if they don't make it like $30 or less, don't buy it.
Well, didn't you pay? You only pay like 20 or
yeah, like it should be. It shouldn't be a lot of money. It's maybe a 6 or 7 hour game, but just like the atmosphere itself is amazing. It's
pretty cool.
And hopefully they up-res everything a little bit. You know, they just port it over. They do some stuff.
I hope that's what they're doing.
It was beautiful on PS3. It was gorgeous.
We want more money. Put it on our new systems. You buy it again. Yeah.
Game of the Year edition. Well, you can get a different color scarf.
Last of Us, when it came out for PS4, the graphics are beautiful. So hopefully they'll play around, even tweak them just a little bit. It should be nice.
So I just started playing it again. Actually,
I own it. I played like probably about a half an hour of it.
Oh, so you bought it again?
Well, I know I got it on on Groupon. They had it was like $20. It was like $20. This was like months ago now. When I got it, it was like $20 for a Last of Us card, and so I had to wait for like 2 weeks from Groupon to send it to me. But I just put it in code in. And I got it for $20.
Why not?
Yeah, I was like, why not? It's a great game.
Worth it.
I'll definitely play it at some point again because, especially like maybe if the Last of Us 2 actually does happen, like we talked about last week,
like we speculated.
Yeah.
Okay, man, that's all I got.
That's good. We did good.
Oh, also,
it's long, but it's strong.
One other thing. Hold on.
No.
I was hoping there'd be one like lame thing on there.
No.
And there's new Mad Catz controllers coming out for Street Fighter V.
I could do Doctor Who stuff if you want me to fill 10 more minutes.
Yeah, let's do it. What are we at? No, that's not. We're good. We're 41 minutes. Almost 42.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Finn.
3-card money. Bang.
Boom.
Stay classy.
Good night, everybody.